Yes, good evening, student. We was doing the second unit of second chapter, that is the pure substances, compound, and mixture. So we are going to start a new topic, that is the relative study of compound and mixture. In the test tube, we are taking mixture of iron and sulfur. Okay, we just take a 7 gram of iron fillings and 4 gram of sulfur, and we just mix it with the moltar and pestle. Okay, and then put it into the test tube. Then we heat the mixture. When we heat the mixture, the test tube will glow and get red hot. Okay, and when we stop the heating, then still the test tube will be glow for some time. Then what will be the observation? After some time, the glow disappear and a black mass of is left behind. Here is a, when we heat it, the black mass will be left behind. This is the compound of what? That is the, this black mass is a compound of iron and sulfur and is commonly known as the iron sulfide. So when we heat, the chemical reaction take place between the iron fillings and the sulfur, and it form the iron sulfide compounds. Now we just break this test tube and just take the again take the iron sulfide compound outside, and we again mix it and just make it powder. And here there are two options we are taking. In one plate we are taking a small amount of mixture of iron and sulfur. When we taking the mixture, we are taking, here we are taking the mixture, here we are taking the compound. In this case, when we put the magnet near the, this is the magnet. Okay, near this mixture, then what will we see? This is a mixture of iron and sulfur. Okay, then the sulfur is yellow in color and iron is black in color, so iron will stick with the this magnet. But this will happen only in the case of mixture, but happen when we, this is compound. Okay, compound is here, the powder compound is here of the iron sulfide. When we just bring a magnet near it, then nothing will happen, no, there will no iron particles stick with the this magnet. It shows what? It shows that we conclude that the constituent of the mixture can be separated by the physical mean. So mixture can be separated by the physical mean, constituents can be separated, but constituents of the compound cannot be separated by the physical methods or physical means. Okay, understand? Now the next topic is why is air regarded as a mixture? Why we say that air is a mixture? Air is a mixture of several gases. We know that there is a several gases are present in the air, like nitrogen, oxygen, hydrogen, carbon dioxide, and water vapors, dust particles, and water vapors are there. So this is a mixture of many of the compounds. This is a mixture of gases. Okay, so this is the reason it called mixture. There is not a definite ratio of anything. The composition of air changes from place to place. When we move from one place to another, so the composition of the mixture is basically continuously changing. Near the, you can say, near the when we are going near the mountain areas, okay, the higher altitudes, near the factories, industries, okay, so there the air is more polluted. Okay, during burning only oxygen gas help in the burning, but not other gases. So only oxygen gas is consumed during the burning. Oxygen and nitrogen cannot separated from air by cool, can be separated by air cooling at very low temperature. If we cool the air at very low temperature, then oxygen and nitrogen can be easily separated from it. Okay, otherwise it will be not separated. So it means it can be separated by the physical method. Okay, we are not using any other method, so this is a mixture. Okay, The next one is why water is regarded as a compound. Why water is called as a compound? Hydrogen and oxygen in the water exist in the fixed ratio, 1:8 ratio by weight. Okay, so there is a fixed ratio of the hydrogen and oxygen in the case of water. So this is a compound. The constituents of water cannot be separated by physical means. We can't separate the hydrogen from the oxygen in the water. We can't separate it by the physical methods. Okay, we can do it by the other techniques. The constituents, okay, the properties of water are entirely different from the properties of constituents. Here we can say that the water is formed by the hydrogen and oxygen gas. Hydrogen is gas, oxygen is also gas, but water is a liquid. The properties are totally entirely different from the constituents. So it shows that the water is regarded as a compound. So compound behave like this. They have the different properties than their constituents. Okay.